What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It is your main man, Juggernaut of Multi-Platinum Production Team.
Arkatech Beatz.
Welcome to the music reviews, Platinum Producer Music Reviews. What's going on with my joint? Yeah. We're going to get started at 8 o'clock. We're just going to give some people a little bit of time to jump into the joint, submit their joints into the queue. If it's your first time here, welcome. Like I said, it's Multi-Platinum Producer, Juggernaut of Multi-Platinum Production Team, Arkatech Beatz. Shout out to my partner, Mike Trauma D. We are responsible for producing your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. You know, Big Pun, Nas, Prodigy, and Mobb Deep. The Game, Jadakiss, Raekwon the Chef, Freddie Gibbs, Killer Mike, Shorty Low, Waka Flocka, so many others. So, you know, like I said, if it's your first time here, welcome. Make sure that you're like, commenting, and subscribing. Make sure that you're hitting the notification bells. Make sure that you're hitting the like button, tapping the screen if you're on TikTok. That stuff all helps the algorithm, and we do appreciate any help that will get the algorithm to like us, because anybody knows that TikTok right now is going through the what we would call it, the American gentrification. Glitching right now. It's everything is resetting on that side, so you know, want to get this link up so that folks can submit their songs. And like I said, we're going to get started in this thing by 8 o'clock. By 8 o'clock, we're going to get this thing started, you know what I mean? But shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live, everybody that has been submitting songs. I do appreciate that. You know, we're trying to give the best reviews that we can, feedback that we can, based on our experience and what we've, you know, been through in this music business. Let's see here what I'm about to add real quick. I don't see it. Let me add some text in here real quick. We'll add a new source, a new one. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live, man. I appreciate you. Boom, boom. Doing our multitasking right now. Everything is done on the link on the screen. I'm about to post that up in 10 seconds so you can see it. Yeah, that's the only way we're taking it. Let's do the neural link. York. We're going to get started in a little bit. Did I really make beats for Big Pun? Those are fake? Of course. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. We currently have Coke Wave 3.5 out. Max B, French Montana. We did Me Too. Also Max B, Why You Do That? That's Arkatech Beatz. That's us. If it's your first time here, man, you gotta understand, like, this when I'm like, I know there's a lot of cats on here doing music reviews on TikTok and on social media doing music reviews, man. Rocker Source, what's up, man? Long time no see you. But what's happening here is a little bit different, man. You know what I'm saying? This is real production credits, real music industry. You can go Google us. You can go Wikipedia us. You could go look, and you can go to Spotify, and you'll see our name in the joint. So from Max B to Why You Do That to Big Pun's Capital Punishment, we got a new joint that's about to come out with Wiz Khalifa and Max B. Called Don't Let Go. It's all over social. You can go check it out for yourself. Make sure y'all submitting y'all songs. We're doing music reviews tonight. Don, thanks for the follow. What up? We're doing music reviews tonight. Make sure you submit it to the queue. Free to submit. Make sure y'all tapping the screen, man. You're liking the live. We're gonna get started in about 10 to 15 minutes. joint I made the other night. Can you guess who's taking it? This joint is called Heavy on the Wrist, man. This joint called Heavy on the Wrist. We made that the other day. Rockland County. All right, what's up, man? I still got some family up there, man. My nephew's father from up that way. Or he stayed that way, rather. So pay attention, man. We want to play some more joints.
Arkatech Beatz.
We're doing music reviews tonight. Make sure y'all submitting y'all music. Let's go. Yes, I plan on getting it. Just wait for the kinks to work out.
Arkatech Beatz.
around 8 o'clock. As long as you're cooking, that's all that matters. Listen, we about to listen. If you've been following us over the last, Cass, what is it now? 7 months. If you've been following us over the last 7 months, we've been cooking up. We was on live every night, cooking beats up every night. Cause I know Max Beat was coming home. You know, Max was coming home November 9th forever. So I knew that he was coming home, and I said, how can I do something that's gonna make sure that I'm prepared for when homie get home, because I know he's gonna be out on some Tupac type, record 10 songs a day type, you know what I mean? So I was on live every night cooking up with a bunch of folks that was joining me, watching me cook up stuff on the live. And now a bunch of that music is landing like crazy. Like the names, I can't even start to tell y'all the names of some of the stuff landing on right now. It's crazy right now, you know what I mean? But yo, Max B and them, they got the #1 hip hop record ever since you left me. It's off the Coke Wave 3.5 Narcos. People try to gear shame. They can listen, man. Whatever works. You use what works for you to make the music best for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like the XL. I'm gonna jump into the XL, but I always like to wait a few months before I buy a new piece of gear, so they can work out the internal bugs and all that other stuff. I never really like to jump on being the first person being with the gear. You know what I'm saying? And granted, we have a relationship with Akai, and we could get, the producer discount and all of that. But I want to wait to make sure that the first iteration of it, whatever bugs, power supply stuff. Like, if you've been in this thing long enough as I've been, you've been able to understand that, you never want to buy, like, the first set of joints that go out. You want to just kind of wait, Just kind of want to wait, let those guys work the kinks out, so forth and so on. We're doing music reviews tonight, man, like I said. It's off that Coke Wave 3.5. This is out right now. Coke Wave 3.5 Narcos, French Montana, Max B, this is Me Too, produced by yours truly, Arkatech Beatz, man. It's real in the field. You're submitting your music to real people doing real things right now. Let's go. We're about to get started. Hey, go. Hey, go. Yo, just in case y'all don't understand, we about to get started.
Slow down.
This the single right here.
Why you do that? I said I'm sorry, baby. That was big and really not Charlie, baby. Why you do that? She said don't call me, baby. Don't categorize me with all your ladies. Why you do that?
Yo, what up?
I tried to tell you before early on, but you wouldn't listen.
Listen, we're responsible for Max B biggest record, man. Why you do that, man? Let's go.
Why you do that? V12 on 24s and plenty holes in the shoes. Yeah, doing 95 in the bands. See the feds on my ass. Like the blunt hit the music. Then I step on the gas. Now I'm speeding in the lane as if I had a quota. Got my bitch, she shot good with a pizza and a cola. She don't panic at all. My baby play it cool. It don't matter, police and know she's spraying it too. It was just like yesterday. When I gave her the penis, she stroked my ego when she called me a musical genius. What you give me credit for? Baby, I ain't shit. 274 pounds. Baby, they ain't piff. Bigger belly, that type of nigga that ski off the tube. Raid the cabinets in the fridge and need them all the food. But the dick I lay it heavy. It's something like a Chevy with a V10 engine sitting on 20-inch Pirellis. Baby girl's ready. In the eyes, I was the shit. Till she busted me with another bitch. She said, why you do that? I said, I'm sorry, baby. That was big and really not Charlie, baby. Why you do that? She said, don't call me, baby. Don't categorize me with all your ladies. Why you do that? I tried to tell you before early on, but you wouldn't listen. Why you do that? V12 on 24s and plenty holes in the shoes is glistening. Got the game in the low, keep the thing in the boot. Got the virus to cook up pot, I cocaine in the coop. I'm making rain on the stoop. 40s, 20s, and dimes. It used to be Mason Better, now all my honeys is mine. We get money in the grind. We did it easy, no frontin', and did it in a way when niggas couldn't see me coming. Better duck when niggas is gunning. Cost y'all soon to rig. I don't know what they told you. Ball star doing big. Couple up in the club, he popping them clickers. See a lava with a bottle, he on top of the speakers. Me, I'm in the cup with a skeezer. On my bigger fail shit, white beater and Dewey. Slightly on my jail shit, and I don't worry. These hoes, these bitches, they love us. Every other city we go, bitches wanna fuck us. They fuck us and then they trust us. Have them head over heels till you leave them in pain. She said you don't know how I feel. Why you do that? I said I'm sorry, baby. That was big and really not Charlie, baby. Why you do that? She said don't call me, baby. Don't categorize me with all your ladies. Why you do that? I tried to tell you before early on, but you wouldn't listen. Why you do that? V12 on 24s and plenty holes in the shoes. Yeah, these ladies, they want me.
Man, listen, man. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. We're doing music reviews tonight with me. I'm your host, platinum producer, juggernaut of multi-platinum production team, Arkatech Beatz. Shout out to my partner, Mike Trauma D. And I've been jumping on here, a couple of nights, just trying to see what the temperature is as far as seeing folks submitting music. Yeah, bro, you could do that. That's the smartest thing to do. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna screen record stuff. So what I think of analog synth, whatever works, man. Like I'm not one of those folks who, worry about what people are using, man. I worry about how it sound, and I worry about the ease of use in your workflow. If it helps you to be able to produce music consistently that sounds good, then by all means, man, jump in it, and by all means make it work for you. That's the thing here. I think what we've been preaching on this side is, listen, use what works for you. Use what you understand. And of course, if you're coming into my live streams for the music production side, on the live streams, I just try to show folks how to kind of streamline how I do what I do night after night, and try to show it in the try to show folks how we do it, and how we can kind of make it not as difficult or as hard to understand for some folks. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure that we're trying to relay that. The biggest thing is about creating a workflow and a good work cadence, so that you can continue to pump out music. This is a numbers game, you know what I mean? And just make it work, and you have to master the unit that you've chosen. Now, for those who are trying to get into it, we might have recommendations as to where to point you to, where to start, which might be the lowest barrier to entry, which may be the barrier to entry that makes it easier for you to learn, or whatever, so forth and so on. So that's how it's working, so forth and so on. So I'm gonna before I jump into doing any of the reviews, I want folks to understand that the live plays are limited, right? Meaning I may not get to everything tonight, if depending on how long I'm going to be on. It's all kind of depends on how long I'm going to be on this thing, how that works. For those who want to prioritize yourself, of course, there's a skip feature. You can always skip the line, and that can help to, guarantee that you'll get listened to. Whatever I do not get to tonight, then I will just continue from wherever the queue is come tomorrow. You know what I mean? So that's how I'm running it. So like for those who've been here for the last couple of nights, if I missed you, like let's say you submitted yesterday, if I missed you yesterday, then as long as no one skips you in terms of skip the line, then I should get to you today. You know what I mean? And we're just gonna continue to do this for maybe the next 30 days, just to kind of get a feel for it. And in the meantime, while we're doing this, we do have the producer community that we've been working on right now. It's called the Future Producer Society. It's at school.com, and I'll put a link on that. It's in the link in the bio, and I'll put a link on that on the screen as well if you want to join into that, for producers who want to learn the music business. That's what we're creating, a community there for you to learn the music business, to you to understand new things about the music business, music publishing, copyright, social media marketing, and everything in between. You know what I mean? So, make sure that y'all checking that out as well. For those who want to join that, that's also there. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure that we're putting those things out for people to see. Hold on one second, man. My screen doing something funky. Future producer side there, go right there. All right. So we got a few joints in the queue. I had played some music last night that I played some songs last night that were really phenomenal last night, man. And I want to shout out those guys, man, that played some, that had some songs that I really enjoyed, that we listened to, that had some real good context and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So shout out to y'all. What's going on here real quick? Drop shadow on. All right, we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into this first joint. was a joint that we played last night by I think it was by the Lavish Bastards last night. No, it was Mellow McCain. It was a record called Slide, and that record was pretty dope that we had listened to last night. You know what I mean? So shout out to them. I'm not sure if they're in the building now. Make sure that y'all are tapping the screen to like the likes. The likes help the algorithm. Please make sure that you're sharing the live. That helps the algorithm. Remember, what's happening is that for people who are getting their songs reviewed, you want as much eyes as possible on it. So it's incumbent on you to share the live. It's incumbent on you to like the live. You want as many eyes to watch people listening to your song in real time or your beat in real time. Because what happens is that if there are other rappers that are watching, they may want that beat. If there's other people that may be watching, they may want to reach out to you on something else. So it's incumbent on y'all. What's up, man? It's incumbent on y'all to make sure that y'all are sharing it. If y'all gonna clip, just tag me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm good with that as well. But just make sure that we're sharing it. You're sharing the live. Make sure we're liking the live. This is important for the algorithm and important for you to get as much visibility as possible. Because we're using the platform to provide you visibility, as well as giving you the opportunity to collaborate if your joints is popping, or if you're an artist that has the right music, movement, momentum, and all the other things that you need to be successful in this game. So let's jump into this, man. Let me just stop running my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the queue is open. Submit your songs. If you're looking to skip the line, you know what has to happen in order for you to do that. Okay? So, hold on. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, we got our first skip already. People skipping the line. They ain't waiting. This is Agent Led. It's a song called Eleanor. And he says it's a little something, something. All right. I don't know why you call it Eleanor. You in the building, Agent Led? Please let me know if you're still in the building. I want to make sure that you're in the building still. And we're going to jump into that. All right, we're going to jump into it. Let's listen. listen, listen. There is no doubt. There's no doubt, Agent Led, that you know how to make music. There is no doubt in my mind that was one of the illest joints I heard in a minute. That joint is ill. It's ill. Dope. Really, 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 really dope. Really dope. I cannot. It's banging. It's banging. Now, I guess the question that I would ask you is I guess the question that I would ask you, man, is where do you want this to land? Do you want it to land on maybe, on the sync side, or if you want it to land on the rap or placement side? If you want it to land on the sync side, then I don't really have too much feedback on how you can get that to do, because, sync tends to run kind of like you can use portions of this and you can kind of, use those things for different things and different things that you want to submit to. But if you're trying to do it on the rap side, where you want somebody to hit this, you got too much elements going, and you're going to have to find a way to strip it down to where we got to find a way to strip it down to where we give this track some room to breathe. Because if this becomes one of those tracks that is so complex musically. It's so complex musically, and other producers that are in the chat and producers like ourselves, we can appreciate this. But when we're trying to take this now and we're trying to get this place and we want somebody to rap on it, we have to look at the landscape of rappers right now and say, who can do this? Like, who can rap on a beat that sounds like this in 2026? And I'll wait. I'll leave that to the chat. Like, who can rap on it? Who has the dexterity to rap on this, to follow the energy of the track, and to fight the musicality in the track? Right? Like, this stuff is kind of absent right now. You know what I'm saying? So what I would always suggest in these kind of scenarios with this kind of music, you set your intro, right? You determine your intro, if it's going to be the 4 to 8 bars. You determine that. You go right into what we would determine to be the hook, 8 bars, right? Then we're going to find what we're going to determine to be the next 8 to 12 bars to be the verse. Now, if you want the first 8 bars to remain consistent, that's fine. If you want the 4 bars after that leading back into the hook to crescendo, or to build up to go back into the hook, you can do that. But it has to repeat like that. So we're talking about doing the initial set of the record, the intro, going into either the hook or go straight into the verse. The verse breaks down. As we get back to the hook, we get back to the hook, back to the verse again, back to the hook. Then we outro in it. We added a beat. And this is the format. If you're going to decide that you want to shop this thing and you want somebody to pick up this beat, and that has to apply to most of your music, because if all of your music sounds like this, it's like, man, these rappers today, they're gonna look at this and gonna be like, yo, bro, I can't rap on that, bro. And it's not because it's not dope. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to find one that chooses. You got to find one that works. You know what I'm saying? You have to find ones that work. You know, you have to make a determination as the producer. You have to make the determination as to what's going to be the one that has the most impact to you. Which one makes you pace the room? Which one makes you bob hardest? You have to figure out which one is that, and you have to find a way to choose. Because remember, you're the producer. You have to differentiate that. You have to make that. You know what I'm saying? You can't leave it up to the artist to determine what part they want to pull out to rap on. And if you do that, then the rapper becomes effectively the producer. So you have to make sure that you're making that you're differentiating that. But listen, I appreciate you for submitting. Yo, that's Agent Led. That track is called Eleanor. Absolute fire, bro. Absolute fire. You got my vote of opinion. You got my vote of approval. please make sure that you are subscribing, subbing, tapping in with us, please. I want you to tap in with us because there's a bright future for you, my friend. So let's get it. What's going on? He said he got an ASR 10. Oh, okay. It says ASR 10 in 95. Oh, you telling your age like me, bro. You telling your age, man. If you use the ASR 10 in 95, man, you telling your age. Gotcha. Yeah, that joint was super, super dope, man. We about to jump into one of the next joints. We're about to get jump into this joint. I really like it. Crazy, dog. That's crazy, dog. I tell you, man. Thank you for submitting that, man. Thank you for sharing that. Make sure you tap in with us, man. Make sure you're jumping into that Future Producer Society as well, man. Make sure y'all folks are learning the music business, man. Make sure y'all learning it, man. Make sure y'all protecting that music, copyright, publishing. You know what I'm saying? Song registration, the whole nine. Make sure y'all are jumping in, tapping in with us. We open that up for, it's on the screen right now. Future Producer Society. Make sure you're jumping into that. Make sure you're jumping into that. Make sure you're jumping in. Let me see what we got here now. Ooh, that joint right there was tough, boy. Shout out to everybody that's in the live, man. Like, listen, this is what this is all about, man. It's about hearing some dope music, man. I'm telling you, man. Man, I had an ASR 88, man. What y'all know about that? I had the 88. I had the big boy, the biggest one you could get. Pause. 130-pound keyboard, weighted keys. Joint felt like a truck. It cost me $4,000, man, in '96. Yeah, imagine paying $4,000 when you could buy a car back then. Man, you needed more than a suitcase. You had to carry it with two people. You couldn't carry it by yourself. Hurt your back. All right, I got the next joint that I'm about to jump into. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live that's submitting their songs. This joint is called Wonder, featuring Billy Dave. Hold on. This is Billy Dave. Who? Billy Dave Hart, Alan Minor, Bless, Poet, and this is by who that's it? 215 God Beats. Super Sevens. This is the preview on their EP that's dropping soon. He said that joint was so fire, it was making I want to submit. Listen, I want you to understand something, man. In this business, it's so arbitrary, right? Like, there's so much room for different music to live. So I don't want people to feel like, this guy's music or that guy's music is, is this or it's that or whatever. Like, yeah, like, don't get me wrong. Like, there's people's music that's going to be real dope that you're going to hear. But you're supposed to listen to that, and you're supposed to listen to that as one, an inspiration, and then also as a learning experience. I like what these guys are doing inside of the in the chat. They're asking, okay, what should you use? What equipment did you use to do it? I mean, people are trying to learn from each other. You know what I mean? Like, and this is really what this forum is about. The review is really for me to tell you how to get the music to commercial viability. How do we get to placement? How do we get to a spot where you can get out there and earn some money from your art, right? How can we get out there and people can actually hear it and consume it the way you want it to be consumed? Can we get it to be radio ready? Can we get it to be ready for placement? You know, like this is what this forum is about, right? So don't take it as, you know, anything in terms of like, yo, like this guy's music is, you know, so crazy that you can't submit your music. Because when you take your music into the rooms of different artists, you don't have any control over what the artist picks, right? You might say, hey, my joint is hotter than this one, or that joint wasn't as hot as my joint. It's not up to you. It's up to the artist. So, you know, we're going to jump into this joint real quick. Let's go.
If not the one that didn't know, if not the one that didn't show, if not the one that didn't glow, if not the one that didn't dream, facts. If not the one that didn't scheme, if not the one that didn't believe, if not the one that didn't act, if not the one to bring you strength, if not the one that did not clap, if not the one that then you earn, if not the one that then you learn, if not the one that it's my turn, if not the one that didn't accept, if not the one to get respect, if not the one to get a check, if not the one to, then I paint it in silence, if not the one to, then you gotta be honest, or some shit gon' get violent, if not the one that it's a coup, if not the one that if I lose, if not the one that then I move, if not the one that then you grind, if not the one that then you shine, if not the one that then it's mine, nigga. If not the one that then it's mine, nigga. Know what the fuck it is, nigga? Wake up, nigga, I can't even fucking touch my ceilings. If not the wonder, know what I'm saying? That's how tall this shit is, nigga. It's a spider on that shit the other day, I couldn't even get it the fuck off. If not the wonder, then it's mine, nigga. Me and the cat was in the living room just watching that shit crawl, nigga. If not the wonder.
Yo, bag lady still trying to get a window seat. Had to tell Erica, get off my bus, bitch, hit the streets. Too much luggage and carry-ons, go carry on till your arms are very strong. Had to pump and brakes, the bitch ran into me. Beggars can never be choosers, even if it's me. These hoes be picking, like Boogie, I had to flick them. Should I treat them? No, I had to trick them. Send my dogs at her, like sick 'em. We get new pairs of fresh bitches, and we still dick them. Had to get real little, like chicken, and that's when I'm plucking. Like bass guitars, we racing cars in circles. Brown hillbillies and redneck truckers. Sucker, we ain't even at the finish line. Ring the bell, it's dinner time. Take what's mine, get between my numbers, you the one. The face is 9. If not the wonder. Yo, bitch, if not the wonder, then it's mine, nigga. About what, bitch? Fuck yeah. If not the wonder, your ass off the bus. Smoke. Yo, if not the wonder, then it's mine, nigga. I'm just trying to tell you, man. I'm just in a very, very specific place right now. I'm trying to get. If not the wonder,
bang. Check. If not the one, I played it too. Pass me the ball and I'm gon' shoot. I got these niggas trying to wonder what I do and how I do it. I'm the truth. Mastered this shit right in the booth. I stand out just like my front tooth. I'm here and I came with a blunt too. If not the wonder, then it's mine. The blind leading the blind. Niggas be trying to throw some shade to block your shine. I grew up on a block where I had to adapt to crime. Now I'm just trying to mastermind. I'm fishing now, so catch the line. Bunch of sharks in the ocean, we don't swim in ponds. Blasphemy is a sin of God. I've been a god. I used to smoke at the synagogue. Another bang, these niggas thought I hit the Pentagon. Should I see y'all at the finish line? I'm trying to kill all these niggas, look like genocide. If not the wonder, then I'm getting mine. Bang. Big bangs, nigga. Check. If not the wonder, then it's mine, nigga. Hey, y'all hear wonder, then it's mine, nigga. Oh, y'all want me to say some more shit? Oh, no, I ain't gonna say no more shit. If not, the wonder, I'ma end it out like that. Go the fuck down.
That was Wonder featuring Billy Dave. Hold on a second. I'm be trying to look at the screen, be driving me crazy. Yeah, Billy Dave Hart, Alan Moore, Blessed Poet, and this is 21-5, Five God Beats, man. They call it Super Sevens. Listen, man, I like this joint. Hold on a second. Make sure y'all stay warm, man. I woke up to some frozen pipes this morning. I said, man, I'm glad the joints ain't burst. Listen. So, these joints, this is the new kind of like purveying kind of hip hop where guys is doing joints where that's basically like over loops but no drums. And remember what's happening with these things is that these tend to be slower in tempo, right? So what do I like about it? I like how y'all are spitting. I like where y'all voices are on over the music. I like how y'all voice tones are. You know what I'm saying? These are the most important things when it comes to rap. What you're spitting, how your voice sound, your flow. Like, these are very important. These, to me, are the things that you guys have down pat. I think this is great. As far as you guys using this particular track that's kind of drumless, I'm not so sure. I don't think that it's the loop is intricate enough or interesting enough to maintain us for 4 minutes and 30 seconds, which is entirely too long. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's in this microwave time of social media, it's just too long to keep somebody's attention for that long. You know what I mean? I would definitely look to get this shortened by a little bit. You know what I'm saying? By maybe a minute and a half. Try to get us right down to about 3 minutes, a little bit under 3 if we can do that, you know. And even if we put like a filtered drum in it a little bit just to distract from it, you know what I mean? Yeah, we got a joint on the documentary that was part of the DVD set. It's called with the game called Never Be Friends. So that was actually included on the documentary DVD, which was coupled with the album, so we wanted to get plaque on that. Right, so we had a sample issue on it. That's why they made the album, quote unquote, but it made the DVD. So, same difference. So the way that we look at it is, I would say in this case with this particular track, man, I like it for what it does. I just feel like it's a little long, and I feel like it would I think it would benefit from even if it's a drum track on the underbelly of it low, so that you can kind of get a little bit more of a bop to it, because for those who are listening to it, it might be hard for them to follow because of the way that the sample is going. And what we want to do is kind of, and then switch it up, you know what I'm saying? And then also the other issue that I have with it was there's no hook per se, right? So this is another problem. Like, you don't have a hook, you don't got no drums, so it's like, you're making this a one and done type of song. I mean, where people might listen to it one time and may not go back to it. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that we're doing something that's kind of repetitive, that's gonna that's going to give us something to really draw ourselves to in the whole scheme of things. You know what I mean? But like that's really my take on it. But I want to thank you for submitting. Shout out to y'all for dropping joints into it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate dropping it into the queue. He could release 2 versions. You know what I'm saying? This is absolutely true. And also like this, man. Say guys take my feedback, they go, they revamp it, they fix it, whatever, they change it. I ain't even gonna say fix it, I said they change it. Let's say they go back, they change it, and they do something a little bit different to it. All right, cool. You put it out, and then you see what these folks, you see what it's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You put it out, you test it on socials, and see what people think and see if people like it or not. You know what I'm saying? And see which versions people deal with better with. Appreciate you, brother. Like, yeah, some of the drumless joints, man. Like, again, man, you remember when you're going in that route, man, you got to realize that it's a very specific niche audience for that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with it. You just got to remember that that's a niche audience, and if you're going to do it, you got to do it 100%, and you got to make sure that you're really going to deliver. Shout out Staten Island, man. You see, I've been in this thing for a long time, right, bro? So when you were saying at ASR 10, you can see what it is. Is it Brave in the Heart? Nah, I don't know which one is that. Which record is that? I got a record with the Bravehearts. It's off the QB Finest album. I do have that with Nas and Bravehearts. We're about to jump into some more songs in a second. Listen, if you haven't already submitted your song, man, now is the time, man. We do got limited slots open. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna say limited slots. I'm gonna say that I have limited time in terms of, what I could listen to. That sort of thing. Yeah, we did Capital Punishment. That's my first placement ever. So imagine being the first placement on the title track on an album that has records produced by RZA, Wyclef, Young Lord, Rockwalla, and then who else is on that album? Prodigy, Spectre Deck, Fat Joe. Shout out to Fat Joe, Terror Squad. So how did I get the first placement? The first placement we had gotten, I had opened the studio in the Bronx, and my production partner is my blood cousin. You know what I'm saying? That's my father's brother. Rest in peace to my dad. That's my father's younger brother, and I had the studio, and then my aunt had brought him and my cousin, him and his brother over, and he was seeing what we was doing with the joints, but he was also DJing. So at the time, he was about to finish high school, and he was getting ready to go into to college. But before he did that, he decided to go to Institute of Audio Research. So he winds up going to he went to Institute of Audio Research. I was building the studio up. I had a bunch of artists that I was working with, and then what he used to do, we used to come every week, and he had a sampler, and I had upgraded to the ASR. I had an Akai SO1 first. I had an Akai SO1. I had an Elisa sequencer. Like you can't make this stuff up. I wound up taking that Akai SO1, and I gave it to my cousin. I said, "Yo, I'm not using this. You can use this," because he had like a Roland MSO1, something like that. So he took that, and every week, whatever he would sample and stuff, he would bring it back to the lab with me, because I had the Akai, and then I had I was using like Digital Performer and a bunch of other stuff. So I had those things, and I said, he would bring the joints up, and then we would fix them back up. So he came one day. He was like, "Yo, I got this joint. Listen to this," and it was like the bones to Capital Punishment. So we used to make these tapes. We made a bunch of tapes, and we used to make these tapes. And when he graduated from Institute of Audio Research, he wound up getting a internship at Loud Records. So everybody know what Loud Records is. Loud Records is where Wu-Tang was, Mobb Deep, Raekwon, Pete Rock. They said TikTok is lagging. Yeah, TikTok do what it do. But ultimately, we made a bunch of tapes. He played it for Pun, and Pun took the tapes that he wanted that beat. But Havoc would listen to the joints, and Havoc was like, "Yo, we got some joints." So, off their cosign, man, we just kept doing what we doing. Pun liked that beat. Capital Punishment was the last record that made that album. We laid the joint maybe 2 times. I tried to lay it 2 times in Mystic Studios, and the ASR rack melted my disc. It was running so hot. So I had to run the track onto ADATs, and I had to get it laid. And by the time we got it laid down, You know, upon recorded that joint, he said him and Prospect, they laid it. I watched them lay the record. And then when it was finished, he was like, yo, bring a copy of it to the crib. I bought a copy of it to his house in the Bronx. And yo, man, and that joint went crazy. It sold 1 million copies, and it shot up to 2. And it changed my life, man. And ever since then, upon start the second album, he like, yo, I need one from y'all. The Terror Squad album, he said, I need one from y'all. And it was on everything he was before he passed away. You know what I'm saying? And then Raekwon, then Prodigy came through. Then Raekwon, we ran with Raekwon, did the Live from New York, did everything else with them. And then through Raekwon, we met Nas. And it just keeps going, man. Like one artist meet another artist, and like right now with Max B, with Max B, we're French. You know what I mean? So, we did the majority of Mobilarity. So I'm gonna jump into this next song, man. It's about, y'all could always check me on the history lesson. I want people want to like, yo, play my song, man. Let's make sure that y'all are submitting. Like I said, it's like, we got limited time on the joint. If you're trying to get a guaranteed play, or not a guaranteed play, but if you're trying to skip the line, you know what you got to do on that. This record is called Power by Cold Dawn. What's that, featuring One Trigger? Rest in peace to Chip Banks, man. Lord Superb. Mel Carter, that was all part of the American Cream team. That was part of that whole time when we did Live from New York. Shout out B Twizzy and Rhyme Record.
If you're feeling less than a man, it's cause you're programmed. You need to readjust your revolutionaries take a stand, cause the hand that we dealt, I think someone's cheating in. Every grain in the hour sand in the hand of time, you need to realign all of your cold. I'ma write a new proverb, fuck all these scholars.
This gives you a feeling of power.
Time to wake up these peons, out here like neons. I used to drive neons and pack them with B-wings, then pass out the keychains, bumping Impossible, Wu-type beast. Hold on, don't need strings with the bagpipes. Everyone wanna run around with their fag rights. Millennium gangster, that's for the brag rights. Y'all out here like Snow White, I used to cut the Snow White. Born with the light bright, custom with the Air Force night. Beat your fucking kid's ass, steal his bike, give it to my kid like I didn't give a fuck what my bid like Psycho Sid like, down the rabbit hole like Rutabaga ain't right, ancient secret sites and them Templar nights, when them nuclear lights and them lightning strikes. Y'all out here with them Orbeez guns until you get flattened out like a tortilla. I'm Morpheus, 13 pentagram tortoise, green gemstones on my piece looking gorgeous. Broke, but if I rob you, I know I could afford this. I ain't playing with you fuck boys, you'll get left morbid, stung by the hornet. If the microphone's check, you know that I'm touring, waiting for the bombs from the foreigns. Who's got the motherfucking power? If you're feeling less than a man, it's cause you're programmed. You need to readjust your revolutionaries take a stand, cause the hand that we dealt, I think someone's cheating in. Every grain in the hour sand in the hand of time, you need to realign all of your cold. I'ma write a new proverb, fuck all these scholars.
This gives you a feeling of power.
Wasn't part of my growth, neither was love. I wake up and I'm dying the dough, my mold does. Take a bit of thought, I let go, hundreds and doves. I need a bit, I breathe it, conceited by going up. Believing to leave you fuck, just know when to turn it up. Keep blowing and catch the cuts, more niggas they poop putts. Bro, you know I'm toting the pole, I got the coat on. Just know I keep the coke in the rock, see that's coat on. Try me, it's for sure, I'm gon' pop, I leave you so blown. Power was a part of my growth, bitch nigga Dean Ward. 6'3", 303, I mean me more. Ducking meanie heavy, that's right, so I don't see tough. Try me, I can promise good night, and I'ma smoke run. For bust they wanna be us, to be us you need to know. No bows, homie, this all ain't no niggas came off the show. Hilla, let's be friends, I plead, this ain't a show. My thoughts and your thoughts, I mean our thoughts, but I gotta go. If y'all rock shit how we rock, then them fellas gon' have to fold. Never had a clan, no friends, just built power. Elephant power, Sphinx type power. Thunderbolt power, bald eagle power. Lotus flower power, a drinker power. Griffin power, Phoenix power. Black bell power. Bitch, I got that motherfucking power.
If you're feeling less than a man, it's cause you're programmed. You need to readjust your revolutionaries take a stand, cause the hand that we dealt, I think someone's cheating in. Every grain in the hour sand in the hand of time, you need to realign all of your cold. I'ma write a new proverb, fuck all these scholars.
This gives you a feeling of power.
Shout out to shout out to Cold Dawn, man. That joint is called Power. Yeah, that's definitely some boom bap, boom bap. I like this joint for what it is, you know. Got a good decent context. I feel like these guys is rapping the way they need to rap on it. I think the only thing that I would probably say about it, I feel like it comes right in with the hook, which, you know, I think is a great, you know, just jump right into the hook. I think for me, I would have liked to hear the beats. I would like to hear the beat come down, as far as like that. I feel like that could have been. I feel like there was enough elements that you could have taken that out while they were rapping. I think that would have given the track a little bit more give the artist more chance to breathe, and for us to really be able to focus on what was happening lyrically in those verses, and to also give us something that helps to truly delineate or filter that part during the verses. Either way, we need to find a way to make it breathe during those verses. And we'll be talking about that a lot, especially when we're in the Future Producer Society portal. We'll be talking a lot about that. We have to create space. You know, we have to create space as producers. You have to create the space for folks to be able to deliver their vocal performances. Their vocal performance is just as important as the beat. Remember, it's split 50-50. So we have to provide. We have to provide space for the artist to rap. We have to provide that space. If we're not providing that space, then what happens is you'll find that the artist is low key competing with the music. You know, you'll find that they're competing with the music, and you know, there are some artists out here that don't want to compete with the music, right? So, like, say, for example, if you listen to a Lox album, they're not trying to compete with no beats. They're not trying to do that. So they're not going to pick beats that have too much intricacy going on, because they're not trying to compete with those. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to do that. You know, and you have artists that feel like, hey, I'm the one that I want you to listen to. I don't want the beat to overpower what I'm trying to deliver. So, in this case, I would always say, like, and this is less is more. You know what I mean? Like, less is more. This is the way that we create, like I said, the appropriate room for there to be a good marriage between, you know, lyrics and song. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we need to happen in this situation, in this case. So, you know, I would always opt for that. I think that the song is the right length. I feel like it's mixed pretty decently. I didn't have a problem hearing anybody. So I think those are all kind of wins when it comes to this, and I think that kind of makes it, makes it good in that regard. You know what I mean? But that's really like my 2 cents on that. I mean, we're doing music reviews tonight, people. Make sure that you are submitting your stuff. The queue is open. Make sure that you're doing that.
More money, ass ain't nigga.
I know a lot of people didn't know that we did that Jada Kiss record, boy. I was very happy with that record. I didn't think it had the timing that it needed to have in terms of it being received the way it needed to be received. You know? But I also feel that it might have been too advanced. So, you know, I'll give it a chance for it to kind of, you know, catch up, like how Why You Do That catch up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like Me Too. The Me Too record is 10 years old, man. Max recorded that when he was in prison. You know what I'm saying? And just now people are catching on to this thing, man. It's a trap music, man. They all sound the same. It all sound the same, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hence why it's struggling right now. Because it all sound the same, man. And you don't got the stimulus package to make it sound different. I said what I said. I said it with my whole chest. It all sound the same. And now that you don't have the stimulus package to make it sound better, now it can't last. Notice no records in the top 40 like they're supposed to be, right? Except for my man French in there. Yeah, we got somebody that's skipping the line on y'all. I guess they know that I'm about to wrap this thing up soon. They know, they're like, we about to wrap it up, man. I gotta skip the line. Shout out to my man Kaz, man. Kaz skipping the line today. He like, I gotta get my joint tonight. I'm trying to listen to this right here. This joint is called Wolves and Sheep, man. This is by my man Kaz Productions. Kaz Productions is a long time supporter. And, you know, he looking to make sure that he get his joints up in the front and center, and making sure that he's trying to learn what's happening in here real time, you know what I mean? And that's what's up. So let's take a listen to this. Let's go. It's called Wolves and Sheep. Shout out to my man Cash Productions in the building. There's the latest instrumental that he's been working on. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live, that's submitting joints. Make sure y'all are submitting. You know, we're going to be on here a little bit longer, but not too much longer. So, you know, if you're trying to get heard tonight, you know what you got to do to make that happen and get through on this line. Whatever we don't get to till tonight, we'll get to it till tomorrow.
You got to decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
Productions on me. Productions on the beats, man.
decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
Nah, I thought this first. He submitted one before. Shout out to Kaz, man. Yo, listen. Kaz, can you hit me in the chat on this record? Is this a drum program, or did you reprogram the drum, or is the drum a loop? Just give me that feedback so I can kind of get an understanding of something real quick, because that's what I'm hearing. I want to make sure that I'm accurate on that. But shout out to him for submitting. I think for me, I like what he's using in terms of, yeah. So what we're using here, I think he got the vocal sample to set the song off. You know, you got to decide if you want to be a wolf. And look, this is always smart to do when you're trying to sell beats. Sometimes if you could take, it's a combination. Okay, so that's what I'm hearing, because I'm hearing a little bit of what I would call, it's a slightly disjointed in between what's going on with the hi-hats versus what's going on with the drum. So that's, for me, was a little distracting, trying to make sure that, you know, if we're going to use the loops, we have to make sure, if we're using any drum loops, we have to make sure those drum loops are going to be, they're going to be looping at a certain way. And you have to also pay attention sometimes with loops too, because sometimes loops are played by real drummers, and sometimes they don't always fall on the metronome. So you have to, if you're going to program stuff alongside that, you have to make sure that you're triggering your stuff to have either a little bit of, you have to quantize your joints a certain type of way to make sure that you're giving it either a delay, or if you're using a sound that has a little bit more air in it, you might be able to truncate your sound slightly so that it can fall exactly where the drum is falling, so that it follows it where it needs to follow. So whenever you're deciding to use drum loops, and we're adding stuff on the drum loops, just pay attention to how the drum loops are falling on the metronome. Sometimes you'll have portions of the drum loop that may fall different than the other parts. And when that's happening, then you may have to go in and you may have to even chop the drum loop and have to re-trigger it to make sure that it's going to stay on the grid. And if say you don't want it to be on the grid, say you kind of want it to be a little bit offbeat, that's fine as well too. You just have to make sure that the rest of your production is going to follow along with that, because that is where everything is kind of falling into place. The other vocal sample that you got coming in that sounds like it's part of the hook, I would probably bring that slightly down a little bit. I don't want it to be out too loud, because it does differentiate everything. But it doesn't have to be as loud as it was. On the next thing, with your vocal tag, you don't need it in the middle of the beat. If what you'll find is that most artists hate the producer tags, and if they could, they would take all our producer tags off and make sure that we never got credit. If it was up to them, that's what they would do. So, once you put the tag in the beginning, don't put it anyplace else in the song, except for probably the end. Definitely not in the middle. You know what I'm saying? And the vocal tag anymore is not going to prevent people from ripping it off of YouTube. Nah, you should use a vocal tag every chance you get, because let me tell you something. Don, like let me tell you something. You don't use a vocal tag, right? So let's say, for example, you say you don't want to use a producer tag. On this latest record that we just did with French Montana, let me tell you what happened. We're finishing a new project with Max B, and you know that project is just about done. I guess French comes in, he hears the Me Too record, he jumps on it, right? Because I didn't know we was on Coke Wave 3.5. I know we was working on a new Max B joint to come out after this, but I didn't know we was on Coke Wave 3.5. He takes the record, he jumps on it. We don't know. I'm listening to the album in the middle of the night, because me and Mike was doing some remixes to finish for the album. Right? Shout out to Mike Drama D in the building. right? So we don't know that we on the album. I'm listening to the album while me and him is working on some other music. And I'm not even aware of it. The next morning, Mike hits me at 6 o'clock in the morning. He says, yo, you know we on the album? I'm like, oh, okay, right? But let me tell you what happened on that. We on the album, but the credits is wrong. You see what I'm saying? So what if you don't have your producer tag? Like, what if you don't have your producer tag? The credit is wrong. They had it, Arkatech. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have none of our names on it. None of that. So in that type of situation, only the people who knew of our producer tag was on it and knew who it was, they was able to tag us back and like, yo, we like you, we heard your joint, whoop, 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 do, do, do. You know what I'm saying? So we start getting that come the next day, you know, through the having on the vocal tag. So I'm gonna tell all my producers, listen, you put the producer tag on it, man. Come hell or high water, you need to put it on there, cause you don't have we didn't even know the record was gonna be out. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even know the record was from Mac's album. It wind up on that album. It'll probably still be on Mac's album, but still, this is the only way that you're going to be able to know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just giving you that experience from my experience. This just happened. So imagine not having it on there. Yeah. So outside of that, Kaz, I like what you did. Listen, let me tell you what I like what you did on this too. Let me tell you what you know. So we have to make sure we take the good. I gave you the constructive criticism on it. Now I want to tell you what you did well on this. I like what you selected in terms of your samples. I like what you selected in terms of your drum loop. I like where you placed them technically in the record, right? So I like all of these things, right? All we have to do now is we just got to fine tune it. But for the most part, we're seeing that progress. And that's what we're talking about. We're about making progress. Now, don't look for the perfection. Look for progress, man. There ain't no such thing as perfection. When people look for progress, man, then we ain't worried about perfection. We're worried about progress in the game. You know what I mean? So, shout out to you, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for jumping in here, sending it to folks, letting folks listen to your joint in real time. Shout out to Mike Trauma D, man. He in the building. We're about to get to a few more joints. You hear my voice going. I'm over here trying to drink all these fluids and stuff. Nah, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man. We're about to get into another joint. Just give me a second. Let me get my bearings. In the meantime. Shout out to Mike, my man, my partner Mike Trauma D, man. That's me and Mike on this joint, man. This is our Prodigy record with Nas, man. And you know everybody know this was supposed to make that HNIC album, man. But he wound up, he said Nas jumped on it. Nas wanted it for the QB's finest album. So, you know, Prodigy featuring Nas, produced by us. People still rocking to this song, man. It's crazy, man, to see people still rocking to this production that we did, man. It's crazy to me. You know, and Mike had a really good relationship with Prodigy, man. So, you know, rest in peace to him, man. And I'll never forget any of the stuff that we did with him, man. Being in the studio with him and listening to the joint for the first time, and I'll never forget any of that stuff, man. Because everybody know that, you know, I'm a Mobb Deep guy. He said he had a girlfriend in Queensbridge. What's that song called? Give Up the Goods. Yeah, I want no girlfriend in Queensbridge, bro. Yeah, we about to get into the next joint though. This joint is called "Can't Switch" by Barry Swervo. Barry Swervo, you in the building still? Yeah, man, you go dolo, bro. You was on what we call suicide missions, man. Listen, we always there. I used to be like you, man. I used to be like that, running in the projects, talking about you gonna see your girl in the projects, walking past a hallway full of dudes. But you know, back in them days, I was still like, you know, when I was a teenager, I was maybe about 200 pounds solid. So I was able to kind of walk through that building, you know what I'm saying? I had the Timberlands on and a tank top, like, yo, what up? But I wouldn't do that right now if I was, you know, at this age. I'd be like, nah, I ain't doing that no more. Barry Swervo, you in the building? About to jump into your joint. Are you bugging, bro? Yeah, death wish. Man. The things we do for love, man. About to play this joint. It's called Can't Switch.
And I tried it. Look, you don't go, you gon' let that happen. Keep you don't go, you action. Please tell me who bring this, started bringing my guys, cause we sing. Niggas no 5 block with the drum. Please let your ops slide, we gon' kill them, nigga. Ops, I don't kill them. If I don't know the top, that's the standing. And he know pop pop, he gon' get him. Give a op, never shots, that's the standing.
Yeah, I was just listening to that, but I kind of like where it is in terms of where his vocals are. At first, I thought it was too low. But I think the music overall could be slightly louder.
Step with a stepper, nah. Give him a clip of hot peppers. Not a rapper that fin for the shot. Don't do regular.
And that's my issue with it too. My issue with it is that the hook comes in the beginning, and then we don't hear that iteration of the hook throughout the song. It's right there in that break, but it's under the track. Like that's what I like this joint. I think this joint is kind of fresh, man. I just think that like he gotta ride that hook. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we talk about this at length yesterday. Like, you got to take that hook now, and we got to make that hook be pervasive somewhere else in the song. You know what I mean? Like, we just can't say, okay, we got that first part of the hook, and then we never go back to it again. Like, you know, what's the point of having a hook if we're not going to replay it back in the record? You know what I mean? Like, we need that. Like, so you know, for my man Barry Swervo, you know, I would definitely tell him to let's get this hook back in the record. You started off with the record. Let's give ourselves a good strong 8 to 12 bars. And you know what I'm saying? And we want to do another 8 to 12 songs, 8 to 12 bars rather. And then you want to jump back into the hook, you know, and then go back into the verse. And then if you want to not go into the hook again, you can do that. Nah, that's for everything, man. We doing beats and songs, man. We doing beats, songs. We doing music. We just doing the music review overall. But I think that's really my feedback on that. Right, the hook. Right, you know, the hook sells, the verses tell. Like really, you know what I mean? Like, if we're looking for true commercial viability, if we're looking for repeat play value, if you're looking to try to make money, book shows, you gotta have those hooks, bro. Because remember, we have to appeal to an audience that likes for things that are redundant and repetitive, right? Like, people like to be vibed out in their music, tranced out in their music. And the only way you can do that is to have that, you know, I don't want to call it the incantation of a hook, but that's really what it kind of sometimes feel like. Like, if a hook is really good, it'll start to feel like it's mesmerizing. It'll feel like it's taking you someplace else. You know what I mean? Folks, we're doing these music reviews. I'm gonna be on for a little bit longer. So whatever you're trying to submit, you need to submit it now. If you're trying to skip the line, now is the time to skip the line. You know what I'm saying? Now is the time to, you know, if you're trying to get that, you know, that listen and trying to get something heard immediately, you know, or sooner than everybody else, then, you know, you got to try to skip the line, you know what I mean?
Arkatech Beatz.
What do you do when the love's that good? Every single inch is working like it should. What's a girl to do when a man's that fine? Feeling like a diamond, shining all the time. When he says he wants me, baby, don't you know? It drives me insane and I can't stop thinking about you, baby. It drives me insane. he says he wants me, baby. Don't you know it drives me insane, and I can't stop thinking about you, baby. It drives me insane, and I can't stop thinking about you, baby. It drives me insane, and I can't stop thinking about you, baby. It drives me insane, and I can't stop thinking about you. No, it drives me insane, and I can't stop thinking about you, baby. It drives me insane, and I can't stop thinking about you, baby. It drives me insane, and I can't stop thinking about you, baby. It drives me insane, and I can't stop thinking about you, baby.
Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live stream. Shout out to everybody that's liking the live. Remember, you gotta like the live, share the live, so that you have more people as an audience to listen and watch your music when you're being played. Come on now, folks. You gotta like it. You gotta like and share this live now. You know what I mean? We're not doing that. We about to jump into this next joint. I'm gonna probably have time for maybe one more joint after this. This one is Arkatech Beatz. The record is called I'm Here. And I probably, like I said, I'm gonna do one more after this one. So, you know, if you're looking to skip the line, now is the time. Arkatech, what up, man?
Arkatech Beatz, always hot.
Shay, you still here with me, right? Aiden, we have the producer portal open, so I'm trying to do the sample flip stuff inside of there. So if you're not already a part of that, make sure that you jump into that there. So listen, you see this part of the beat that you got going on here at the end? Right here. Why is it only coming at the end? Right. So first, let's start with the good on this one. I like what you did in terms of like your drums and your drum programming. I like what you did with that. I like what you did with your bass line. You know what I mean? It's just kind of you doing what you're doing, your own thing with it. I feel like you can work the level out, I think you can work the levels out a little bit on this. Like some people were saying, I think it may be more of a mixed thing. But if you were here earlier in the stream, the main thing that I talk about a lot for producers is song structure. It's creating the cadence of the song structure of the places that we have to determine, and I think I was talking to Agent Led on this earlier, is we have to decide as the producer what part of the instrumentation is going to be the hook, what part of the instrumentation is going to be the verse. And the hooks and the verses, they need to remain the same, right? Like at the very most, we're looking at something in the intro. We got the hook, we got the verse, and then we come back to the hook. And it just needs to repeat in that circle right there, right? Now, if we take the second verse and we decide to make the second verse slightly different than the first verse, it's okay, but I don't really recommend that. And the reason why I don't recommend that is because what happens is when you're dealing with artists in real time, artists like to zone into certain parts that they want to rap on, and they need those parts to remain consistent, right, for them. So if everything keeps changing every 4 to 8 bars, and while we might like that as a producer in our instrumentation, and we kind of get into our little vibe and we're doing that, that deters the artists from really writing to our records. That deters these artists from taking these records, because now they have to compete with the changes, and the changes sometimes changes the vibes. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a consistent cadence and vibe that is cohesive between the intro, the hook, and the verse, and then repeat. So we go intro, verse, hook, back to the hook, verse, back to the hook. And we have to make those things be repetitive so that now we have a cohesion in terms of our song structure and making sure that this thing is going to work, it's going to move forward. Right? So that would be my recommendation on that. I feel like the part where you have the where you added the strings in at the end, that made that part of the beat now feel like the hook. And I was waiting for something to make it feel like it was a hook, and that's where it came in at. And I said, oh, but now you're making the change because now you're trying to transition out of the record. Like you're trying to put the strings in to tell people that the song is over, when that's really the meat of the song. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So, if I would probably take that portion of it, play with it. What are you using to do the tracks? Are you using the what do you sound like you might be using FL? But tell me what you're using to make that. Folks, the queue is open. Whatever I do not get to tonight, because I'm about to listen to maybe one more joint. Whatever I don't get to tonight, then I will be on tomorrow to get into it. Yeah, it sounds like FL. So in FL, like just make sure you're doing that the same way that you have to do it. Make sure you're putting, sequence it a little different. It shouldn't take you no time to change that around. To just take that certain part and then move it around and so forth and so on to get it where you need it to be. That shouldn't take no time. You know what I'm saying? And then test it out and see how it feels like that. and take it once you kind of set it up, like I said, the intro hook, verse, hook, intro, hook, verse, hook, and then end with the verse. Take that now, pop it in the whip if you got a car. Drive to it, see how it's feeling, and then when you start driving to it, you see what I'm talking about. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live stream. Yeah, man, let's keep at it, man. People, come on, man, keep at this thing. There's a lot going on with that, you know what I'm saying? Let's make sure that we're doing what we're doing in this. I got one more drink that I'm gonna listen to today. You know what I'm saying? If anybody's trying to jump now, now's the time. Or forever hold your peace. Whatever we don't get to, we get back in here tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Let me just get my bearings here. You know, I got to take a little breather. I'm old, so I got to take a breather in between these songs. I got to be taking breathers in between these songs. So, you know, because I'll be running my mouth. But I wanted to try to make sure that I'm giving you actionable feedback, bro. That's really the main thing for me. Give me 1 second before we jump into the last one for the night, and then, like I said, whatever we don't.
Hold on! Stop him here! Now, if I ever see you here again, God, just like this, man. You fucking in the history books, that's what you are, man. So you might as well fucking kill me now, because if I ever see you again, I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
You're all done when the war come, flow awesome. The raw one, toss them out the door done. Let them all come, cause they ain't ready for the deadly machete flow. Cut a faggot up like confetti. You know who the boss is. Raging fortress, back it down gorgeous. A&P, we all born it. You best forfeit. Full compressed like your whole office. Old timers pass the torch, of course it is. The Cunning Clan, Butterland, crazy like the son of Sam. Gun in hand, turning MCs to the running man. What though? Bug flow, making cats run no. Our fat rhymes, make your gun hold, mister. Try and blaze me, pal. Hate me now, cake by the pal. E and J, Jig, chase a wow. The slim cat rhymes bit fat, tasty like a Kit Kat. Pay attention and sit back and take notes. I how the blaze flows, chase hoes, bag pesos, and lay low on your bread like mayo. I hate foes who wanna test us. Best fess up, bring your best cup, respect
Step back,
us.
make way. A&P, PNA, COKs, girls splurge, purple furs, God first to take stage. We lock this, brook non-bro shit. Heartless, 380 losses, target the rap market. Shoot up your apartment, calm kid with no conscience. Quick to bomb shit, take over these rap ways. For the last days, gas waves, big front page. Daily news, we on it, I'm haunted. Quick to set it on the first kid, talking shit like he wanted. I doubt it, from public houses to private. Thousands of my guns wailing, howling like starving wolves in the mountains. Stalking, New York kids playing the block. Camouflage war shit, knuckle game, cracking jaw shit. Police artists try to draw up my print. Silence your crew, black nines and silences too. Caught you in a funeral, yeah, I'm pouring the brew. I lounge home in a brownstone. Park snow poles moan, drop a jewel in the dome. Slapping kids, call my whiz off the cellular phone. Black Jenny Jones in a mini skirt, holding my work. You foolish thug, get baptized in a pool of blood. Whose blood is yours? Your dogs and two of your whores. Just for jumping off, got you lumped out, gun in your mouth a mouth.
Half-ass raps are unforgivable. Rip the stripes off the shirts of those who ain't lyrical. King Imperial in this land, we ain't hearing you. Small-time rappers don't even try to compare us to. Half-ass rappers are unforgivable. Rip the stripes off the shirts of those who ain't lyrical. King Imperial in this land, we ain't hearing you. Small-time rappers don't even try to compare us to.
Let's get into this last joint, man. Like I said, whatever we didn't get to tonight in the queue, we're going to jump into that tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock. I may get on a little bit earlier, but, man, that's so old school, bro. That's like 1999, bro. Before I jump into this joint, hold on, let me set it up right. This is Stankin' Bitch. A Stankin' Bitch. This is DJ Don Dallas, man. Peace, man. How are you, man? Thank you for riding with me on this, brother. Let's give you the proper intro, right? Yo, who's the singer on it though? I'm trying to gotta give them their credit now.
You be smiling all sweet in them pictures, frontin' like you're holy on the gram. But we seen you running through them same old fellas, playing games, never had no plan. You talk big talk, wearing fake designer, but your soul ain't clean, it's tired. Girl, you messy, always in the mix. You don't bring no love, just fire. We smell the lies in your perfume. You leave that drama in every room. You're just a stinking bitch, You're just a stinking bitch, You're just a stinking bitch, You're just a stinking bitch. Tell the truth, you're just a stinking low down, played out, stinking bitch. You talk like you're royalty, baby, but your crown made of plastic. Tryna climb to the top when your bed is tragic. You burned every bridge, now you swimming in lies. Look in that mirror, you can't hide those eyes. Got men confused, but your spirit's broke. You a sad little story in designer smoke, girl. When the lights go down, who really know you? All that fake shine on nothing glow through. We all been fools, but you take the cake. Love ain't supposed to come with a body count and heartbreak. Hey, you're just a stinking. Oh yeah, you're stinking, bitch. Say it loud. You're just stinking. Ooh, yeah, it's loud. You're just a stinking. Low down, played out, no shame. Just fake. You can't wash that truth away. Can't perfume the lies you say. You just a stinking trick.
Yo, thanks for this one, bro. Yo, thanks for this one, bro. Is this out? Yo, yo, is this out, man? I need this.
You be smiling all sweet in them pictures, frontin' like you're holy on the gram. But we seen you running through them same old fellas, playing games, never had no plan. You talk big talk, wearing fake designer, but your soul ain't clean, it's tired. Girl, you messy, always in the mix. You don't bring no love, just fire. We smell the lies in your perfume. You leave that drama in every room. You're just a stinking bitch, You're just a stinking bitch, You're just a stinking bitch, You're just a stinking bitch. Tell the truth, you're just a stinking low down, played out, stinking bitch. You talk like you're royalty, baby, but your crown made of plastic. Tryna climb to the top when your bed is tragic. You burned every bridge, now you swimming in lies. Look in that mirror, you can't hide those eyes. Got men confused, but your spirit's broke. You a sad little story in designer smoke, girl. When the lights go down, who really know you? All that fake shine on nothing glow through. We all been fools, but you take the cake. Love ain't supposed to come with a body count and heartbreak. Hey, you're just a stinking. Oh yeah, you're stinking, bitch. Say it loud. You're just stinking. Ooh, yeah, it's loud. You're just a stinking. Low down, played out, no shame. Just fake. You can't trick.
That's on repeat, bro. That's ready to go. That's ready to go, man. That's ready to go, man. You probably got to see if you could get a radio, a clean version. You know what I'm saying? If I could only play that in front of my kids, man. if I could play it in front of my kids, man, like right now, like, you know, the world needs to hear that, bro. We gotta figure it out. Tap in with me, man. Let's figure this out. That joint hard, man. I like that. So I guess the question would be, is it all AI? I know you said the beginning of it, AI voice. Is it all AI? I need to be clear on that. Got me over here crying, man. It's funny, bro. I ain't gonna need a video on that one for real, bro. That's boy. Like, that joint definitely doing what it gotta do. They got the right melody, got the right beat on that. They got, you know, it has the right song structure. It goes up when it's supposed to go up. Excuse me. It builds when it's supposed to build. You know what I'm saying? Hook is strong. You know what I mean? Like, but is that an artist, or is that I need to be clear on that. Like, you know what I mean? I know you said part of it is AI voice. Shout out to everybody that jumped into the live stream. Shout out to everybody that submitted this evening. This is the last one for tonight. Tomorrow we're going to be getting on at the same time. Okay, you made the beat. All right, so you doing your thing. Yeah, I keep telling people, man. I'm telling people, man, they gonna be cooked, man. In a minute, if they not jumping on this AI, boy, they about to be cooked, boy. Like fish fillet, put them in Cajun seasoning and put them in the deep fryer, man. They about to be cooked, bro. Like, you know, they don't understand what they're playing with. I hear that. We try to tap in. Make sure that folks is tapping in with us on the Future Producer Society. Make sure y'all tapping in on that. At the same time, I'm about to jump out of here. You know. Like I said, we will be back on come tomorrow at 8 o'clock. For those who I did not get to today, we will just jump in right where we left off tomorrow. So, you know, never fear. Don't feel like, don't feel like we can't, you're not going to get to it. We'll get to it now. I mean, remember, I have to prioritize the skips, so that's how the game work here. But make sure y'all stay safe out here. I will jump in with y'all tomorrow. I'm going to leave y'all with some Max B in French Montana.
Peace, y'all.